Hello, my fellow pod pals, commander connoisseurs, and all-round Magic the Gathering enjoyers. Welcome to Argos MTG, the channel you can count on to find all the newest commanders from every new main and side set. This will be part 2 of our Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Commander review. In this episode, we'll be covering the rest of the colours, that being red, green, multicolored, and colourless, as well as covering our final thoughts on this set. As always, I'm Archer.
And I'm Aaron. Now, before we take a look at our first card, a quick disclaimer: we try to avoid as many spoilers as possible in the lead up to this video. This means we might mispronounce or use abbreviations for some of the cards with the more unique names.
Lastly, by no means are either of us judges, nor do we claim to be. We both just love talking about this game. So please, if we've gotten any rules, mechanics, or interactions wrong, let us know down in the comments. Now, with that out of the way, let's meet the newest legends from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, starting with Casey Jones, Asphalt Hooligan. 2 and a red for a 2/2 legendary creature, human berserker, with double strike. For 4 generic mana, double Casey Jones power until end of turn. Any player may activate this ability.
Okay.
This is interesting. We should say this is from the Turtle Team Up set. When we refer to, or we say this is from Turtle Team Up or from Commander, the Commander deck, that is usually the only place you can get it, with the exception of, I believe, only the Commander deck cards can show up as extended arts in the normal thing. I'm not sure about the Turtle Team Up, unfortunately. Since we haven't actually opened any of the packs yet. But yeah, so...
Back to the card. There's not a whole lot I can think to say about this. I mean, it's self-explanatory, really.
Yeah, double strike, 4 mana, double Casey Jones power until end of turn. Shame it doesn't double its toughness, but yeah, whatever. This is clearly a commander knockout card where if you want to have it as your commander, which I think you probably do, this is a lot of like instant sorceries, equipment, auras that give your commander more power, and then you can pay 4 mana into it to double it until end of turn. The fact that any player can activate it is kind of cool.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, like I guess all that means is, well, because it doesn't have a limit on how many times you can activate it. If you have 8 mana and it's like still only a base 2/4, then it'll be a 4/2, and then it'll be an 8/2. So if you're like, hey, you've still got mana up, we need to kill this person, I can get in and hit him. Could you double his power for me?
Yeah.
So I like cards that give you those political options. But yeah, I think he's cool, he's cheap.
Straightforward.
Having double strike, straightforward. With that being said, we have a lot of cards to get through, so let's move on to our next card. This is Casey Jones, Back Alley Brute. 3 and a red for a 4/2 legendary creature, human berserker, with menace. Whenever Casey Jones attacks, put a 1/1 counter on target attacking creature. Whenever you put 1 or more 1/1 counters on a creature you control, Casey Jones deals that much damage to target opponent.
Okay, that's a little better.
Yeah, this is cool. Also from the Commander decks, so you might be able to find him in extended art.
Yeah.
This is cool. I think this is also in the 99 or as a commander.
Commander.
I don't know. I can't remember exactly how it reads, but this feels similar to All Will Be One, the red enchantment that also deals damage. Yeah. I can't remember if that one. I think that one is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 1 or more on creatures to control. It deals that much damage.
So creature you control, Casey Jones deals. Yeah, so it doesn't care about if it's the 1 or more part. It is how many counters are put on.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I think the other one might have been you can target other things as well, not just opponents.
Yeah.
But honestly, I mean, when you're doing these things, most of the time you're just hurting your opponents. Do you think this might be a clue in or an ad for your Machisa deck?
It might be,
because I mean it's
got 1/1s,
not too expensive, and it puts 1/1s on things.
Yeah.
So that's cool. And it's cheaper than All Will Be One, I think, by like 2 mana or something like that. I can't remember how much that is.
Pretty sure All Will Be One is 6.
Yeah, but no, I think this is a pretty cool card.
It's not bad.
Being considered, yeah.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, let's move along to Casey Jones, Jury Rig Justicator.
Just a car, just a seer. I have no idea.
Yeah, no.
Casey Jones.
Cooked. Cool. 1 in a red for a 2/1 legendary creature, human berserker with haste. Whenever Casey Jones enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact card from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. This is cool. This is an effect that white usually is the only one that gets. It is a uncommon, so it's obviously not overly powerful.
No.
With its low mana cost, I can see putting this in red artifact decks.
Red artifact. I mean, it would go with the first one we talked about.
Yeah.
You wanted to get more artifacts, but not much else.
No, I think this is a cool card. It's probably an auto include in red artifact decks. But yeah, and also I should say Boros equipment decks, obviously, because they also
Boros equipment decks.
But yeah, that should be it for Casey Jones. Let us move on through to Casey Jones. Again, geez Louise. This is Casey Jones Vigilante. 1 and red for a 4/3 legendary creature, human berserker. When Casey Jones enters, draw 3 cards. At the beginning of your next upkeep, discard 3 cards at random. At the beginning of your next upkeep,
Interesting. Weird. It's pretty straightforward, not a whole lot to say about it.
Yeah, this is quite common. Anything that says when this enters and it's only once, it automatically, for me, unless it's a really stupidly strong ability, rules it out.
Rules out of Commander, yeah. It's straight 99.
This is in the 99 for sure. When it enters, draw 3 cards. At the beginning of your next upkeep, discard 3 cards at random. But I think the way that you're using this, you don't have discards to discard.
You don't discard anything, yeah.
Since it's upkeep, it won't make you discard the one that you draw for that turn. At the beginning of, and it's your next upkeep. So if you draw instances, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So play it, draw 3 cards, and then use them all preferably. It's 3 mana, so like that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, not really. Not a whole lot to be said.
The only problem with it, I think it's good, but I think you want to find a way to get rid of it. Because the problem is, since it's only an enters trigger that draws you the 3 cards, unless you have some way to abuse that, at the beginning of your next end step, discard 3 cards at random, always happens. So unless you care about putting things in the bin, and you don't care what things from your hand you put in the bin, this card's kind of got a major downside staple to it. But if you can turn that into an upside, I can see it being still an alright card. And to be honest, if you care about putting things in your hand in the bin that much, then potentially I guess it could see use in the Commander. But again, since it's only an enters trigger for the draw 3 cards, you're most likely just putting it in the 99. But it is nice to see red getting more card advantage cards.
More card draw, more abilities to be able to move stuff around their deck.
Let's move on through to Casey and Raph Hotheads. 4 and a red for a 4/4 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Human Turtle. Weird ass read. When Casey and Raph enter, choose one or both. Each mode must target a different player. We've seen this a couple of times now.
Yeah.
Target player exiles the top card of their library until that player's next end step. That player may play that card without paying its mana cost. Target player creates 2 treasure tokens. This is interesting. We should mention again, Turtle Team Up is where you can find this card. I think this is the best one we've seen so far.
I would have to say so. Of all the must target different player.
Yeah, this is interesting. I might build this deck. Okay, so obviously 5 mana is a stupid amount.
Yeah.
It's got an enters trigger, as we said before. It's not fantastic for your commander. Red, unlike blue, has some flicker, but it also has copy. White has mostly flicker, which is that's how you abuse those two. This one, red has a lot of copy effects.
Yeah.
I could see a world where, I mean, they're legendary, so you can't keep the copies unless you have cards that ignore it.
Ignore it, yeah.
That there are some. But being able to target yourself to either make 2 treasure tokens or get a free card off the top of your library and being able to play it until your next turn,
that's pretty good.
Really cool.
Well,
and there, obviously, since it does let you target other people, it does give you that political option again to be like, hey, if I give you 2 treasures, will you be able to deal with something for me or do this thing for me?
Politics.
Yeah, politics. Let's go. Not something I think these characters do.
No, it doesn't
Their
look
politics
like it.
is weapons to the face, I think, usually. But no, I think this is a cool card. A bit expensive for my liking, but the effects are strong enough, I think, for that mana cost.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Putting a bunch of really big things into it to abuse the target player exile the top card bit, and paying with that mana cost
that's good.
Does seem quite appealing. But what I was going to say before was, red does have a lot of copy effects. Like copy target creature, make a token of it. It dies until it dies on your end step or something like that. Which it dying on your end step doesn't matter because it's legendary and will die anyway, but you'll still get the enters trigger.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think this is a really cool card. Next up we have General Trag, Heart of Stone, 3 red for a 4/3 legendary artifact creature elemental soldier with trample. Whenever General Trag enters, you may sacrifice another artifact. When you do, General Trag deals 4 damage to target creature. This is an uncommon. It's fine.
Not much to say.
Yeah, no, it's not a commander. I think this is more of a standard card.
Standard, yeah.
It dealing 4 damage is cool, and it being 4/3 trample,
Yeah.
all the normal things.
I
wouldn't do it. We'll just move on.
Yep, nothing to say.
Raphael, Most Attitude, 3 and a red for a 4/3 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle with Menace. It has Alliance. For whenever another creature you control enters, you may exile the top card of your library. Whenever Raphael attacks until end of turn, you may play a card exiled with Raphael. It's an interesting uncommon, but I think it's got a couple of things that I'm not a huge fan of. Like, it could be better. Like, if the Alliance... this card would be, I think, good if the Alliance trigger let you play the cards exiled until end of turn anyway, without having the attack trigger.
Yeah.
And the attacks... At least it doesn't need to do combat damage, which is cool.
That's good. I like the fact that
I could see this being a commander, honestly. In other multicolored decks as well, in the 99, I'm sure you can do some infinite combo things with this. There are a lot of... Anything that cares about creatures entering generally has some kind of combo potential. Being able to dig through your whole deck if you go through enough things. Like, obviously, it's a bit convoluted, and I'm sure some people are sick of hearing things like this, but, like, if you have one of the cards that whenever you draw, or things like Thassa's Oracle, where you win if you don't have cards in your library, and then having some way to blink or have infinite generation of creatures with this on the battlefield, and then just going through your whole deck, and then you stop. Because obviously drawing is the way you lose with no cards in your library. It doesn't matter if you exile the top card and you have nothing there. So you go through your whole library. It doesn't matter if Thassa is in your hand or not. You attack, cast Thassa, win the game. That is combo potential, but that's not as the commander. I can see this being cool as the commander, though. So yeah, no, I think it's an interesting card.
Not a whole lot. I say not a whole lot, but there is routes where it could be a whole lot.
Yeah, no, I think it's interesting, and it's nice to see that. I'm not a huge fan of UB myself, but it's nice seeing red get more card advantage, like we said before. Hopefully that continues throughout the next couple of cards we see, even though these are all legendary creatures. Next we have Raphael, Ninja Destroyer. 2 red for a 4/4 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle. Raphael must be blocked if able with Enrage. Whenever Raphael is dealt damage, add that much red mana until end of turn. You don't lose this mana as steps and faces end. This is another
interesting
really cool card.
That's interesting.
This okay, let me reread this so I'm just correct saying this. I'll probably be wrong anyway, but whatever.
Yeah.
So must be blocked if able, that's fine. Doesn't mean he has to attack. Enrage, whenever Raphael is dealt damage, so it can be by any source, add that much red mana until end of turn. You don't lose this mana as steps faces end. Yeah, it turns Lightning Bolt into a Dark Ritual.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool.
And you can just you target your own Raphael with
So I mean I think this is so far one of the more like this is a commander card that we've seen. Like, it goes in other decks. Like I mean as is. You attack with him, he has to be blocked. Even if he dies, you make 4 red mana. Which is fine.
I'd take 4 red mana.
But if you want to abuse it as your commander, you get anything that makes him indestructible, then it doesn't matter how much damage is dealt to him. You know what that means? With cards like Blasphemous Act.
Oh god.
1 mana.
Yeah.
Who cares about Dark Ritual when you can turn 1 mana into 13? Yeah, no, this is
great.
really
That'd be
cool.
great.
Yeah. I think this deck actually can pull off those Christmas Land scenarios, magical Christmas Land scenarios, even more than like some of the other decks where you're like, oh, if this is in place and this and this and this. But no, the Lightning Bolt thing is just realistic.
Yeah.
And it doesn't kill him either because he's 4.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, this stuff can happen
that
in
would
this
work.
deck. But yeah, no, really cool card.
Pretty good card.
Let's move on to the next one. Raphael Tag Team Tough. For 4 red for a 5/6 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle with Menace. This creature, Menace, this, I kept reading it. I think most people know what Menace is. Haven't read it so far, but this creature can't be blocked except for by 2 or more creatures. Whenever Raphael deals combat damage to a player for the first time each turn, untap all attacking creatures. After this combat phase, there is an additional combat phase.
Oh, fun. More combat.
And Turtle Team Up. So he is part of, in that list of cards. So that's where you get him from.
He has Casey Jones' hockey stick right now. So
yeah, it's cool. I think. So whenever it deals combat damage to a player for the first time each turn, untap all attacking creatures. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. I definitely have some decks that this goes into. I think it's really cool. Some of the other effects that I have put in other decks require it to attack. This is better because those decks usually put in creatures tapped and attacking, which this doesn't care about if it's already been already put in as an attacker. It just cares if it hits. And with Menace, that is a lot easier.
That's most likely.
I think this is actually a really fair rate card as well. 6 mana for a 5/6, good stats. Menace, good.
Additional combat.
And then the additional combat. I think this is a good finisher in the deck. And I mean, if you want to do red shenanigans as the commander, then feel free. Personally, I would prefer putting it in a deck.
I'd put it in the 99 personally.
I can see people putting it as a commander as a consistent way to get extra combats.
Yeah.
Untap all attacking creatures after this combat phase. There's an additional. When Raphael deals combat damage to a player for the first time each turn. Yeah, no, okay. There's no way to abuse that.
I mean, 2 combats are still pretty good though.
Oh yeah, no. I was just like wondering if it's a different player, but I don't think so. I think it only matters if it's the first time it's hit a player. We might be wrong. If we are, and if you hit different players, you get different combats. Just let us know in the comments. But I'm pretty sure you only get one trigger of this ever, even if you hit other people.
Yeah,
with that being said, I think this is a really cool finisher in a deck.
Yeah,
and we can move on to Raphael the Muscle. 4 and a red for a 4/4 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle, with and he has double all damage that creatures you control with counters on them would deal. When Raphael enters, create a mutagen token.
okay.
And partner character select. So this is the first time we've read it in this part, so we'll reminder, anything with partner character select can be a dual commander. So as the reminder text says, you can have 2 commanders if both have this ability. And it specifically refers to partner character select. If it says partner or friends forever or anything along those lines additional to partner, you cannot have it with this card. It only works with cards that specifically say partner character select. This means your decks have more options, you have other ways to combine this with other turtles and other cards to make for more fun and interesting decks. Because usually the cards with partner character select, although their abilities are cool and sometimes strong, they're not the best by themselves. They are designed to be partnered up with something else. And this is in the Commander deck. We should also mention that is where you can get this card from. That's why the art looks cooler. But yeah, so the ability on the card.
The double or damage is cool.
Yeah, so it wants to be partnered with something that puts counters on things,
and
right?
There's plenty of those.
Yeah. When in part 1, if you haven't seen already, please go back and watch that. We were talking about how one of them, when a Mutant Ninja or Turtle enters, you get a mutagen token. Mutagen tokens put 1/1 counters on creatures. So, and I mean, Raphael enters and creates one himself. So mutagen is a token made that is pay 1, tap, activate only as a sorcery, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. I believe target creature you control, but can't really remember. Anyway, but yeah, so just by himself, he is if you crack the mutagen token, on the same turn, that would make him a 6 mana 6/6 that deals double damage.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I think there are definitely applications for him. He both reads as a interesting commander / commander partnered with something else, or a card that is good partnered up with something else.
Apologies.
Yeah, apologies for our neighbours. We don't have sound deadening at the moment in this room, so sorry if the rest of the episode is ruined for that. If you can hear it, if you can't, ignore us. This is...
We're just blabbering to ourselves.
Yeah, just talking to ourselves. But yeah, otherwise he's a cool finisher inside the deck, is what I was going to say. If you don't want to run him as a commander, let us move on to Raphael the Night Watcher. 2 red for a 2/3 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle, with Sneak. 1 red for a reminder, because we haven't read it this episode. You may cast this spell for its Sneak cost, so 1 red, if you also return an unblocked attacker you control to your hand during the Declare Blocker's step. He enters tapped and attacking. Sneak is a different variant of ninjutsu, so if something's not declared as blocked, you cast its Sneak cost, and then you get the thing for free. Unlike ninjutsu, Sneak is activated for instants and sorceries as well. And the rest of the card reads, attacking creatures you control have double strike.
Yes.
Yeah, really cool card.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I don't mind my creatures having double strike. And you get the sneak, so attacking creatures are always... you're going to get it in, you're going to have the double strike.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty cool card to add. I think the sneak doesn't necessarily matter. It's a cool, like surprise you're taking extra damage.
Yeah.
But I think, especially in red, with things having combat damage triggers and stuff like that, where double strike obviously doubles those. Even if it's just you casting it for its 4 mana cost, I think that's still a really good card. But yeah, I think that's about it.
There's not a whole lot to be said.
Yeah, let's move along to our next card, Raphael, Tough Turtle. 1 in a red for a 1/3 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle, with Alliance. Whenever another creature you control enters, Raphael deals 1 damage to target opponent. I think this is a good point to bring up. There are a lot of cards in this set, especially if you've watched part 1, you'll realize that was a really long video, especially compared to our Lorwyn video. I'll bring this up once. With the commons, we're just going to breeze past them, basically. I'll read off the card, we'll say a quick thought on what they are, and then we're not going to go over, hey, this is a really cool... this does this does this. We won't include it for these reasons. We'll read it off, give you like an application that it could do, and then we'll just move on to the next one because we have so many cards to get through.
Yeah, we have a lot.
This would be like a 5-hour video if we had to just... We gave our full opinions on every single card. In future, we might split it up into several different sets, but for now, let us continue. I think this is a fine card.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. It's a bit of a shame it's not all opponents, but otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, otherwise, yeah.
Let's move on to Slash, Reptile Rampager. 3 red for a 7/5 legendary creature, Mutant Berserker Turtle. With Alliance, whenever another creature you control enters, Slash deals 2 damage to each opponent. Whenever Slash attacks, create a 2/2 red mutant creature token. Wow, yeah, this is a lot better.
Yeah.
I could see this in both the Command Zone and in your 99. 5 mana's a bit, but it's got a fantastic body on it.
Got good body on it.
It does things by itself. So when it attacks, it will trigger the Alliance, dealing 2 damage to each person. So if it hits someone, it does potential 9 damage.
Yeah, which is really good.
Yeah, and yeah, the Alliance ability is awesome. 2 damage to each opponent is fantastic, even for 5 mana.
Yeah.
I don't think we have much more to say about this card. It's really cool. It's definitely a finisher in some decks. And yeah, let's keep going with Tempestra, Dame of Games.
I'd say
for 1 red. It's a 1/3 legendary creature, Elemental Illusion. For 2 in a red, tap, sacrifice an artifact, create a token that's a copy of another target creature you control, except it isn't legendary. It gains haste to sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. This is from the Commander deck. This is really neat.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cheap. Having cheap commanders is
always
cool.
Good.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, I think this definitely goes in a lot of decks. And since it requires sacrificing artifacts, obviously you want to put it in decks that have a lot of artifacts. So you can use it often. I'm drawing a blank. I know there are some crazy things I'm sure you could do with this, but I can't think of anything right now. But I can definitely tell you just from reading this ability, it seems like a really strong and fun card.
It seems pretty strong and fun. I mean, like, there's anything, like, even the Prosper deck it would work in.
Yeah, for sure. I think, like, you could use it if your commander has, like, an ability and you want to double that up until end of turn. You could use this as just, like, basically a ability doubler. So, like, you activate it, sacrifice an artifact, and then you just get double of whatever that card's abilities are for that turn. It does sacrifice the next end step, but like, I mean, whatever, right?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, let's move on through to Toka and Razar, unsupervised. 2 and a red for a 3/3 legendary creature, Turtle Wolf Mutant. With first strike, whenever another non-token creature you control leaves the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on Toka and Razar, and create a treasure token. This ability triggers only once each turn. This is from the Commander deck. So, yeah, this seems interesting. Whenever another non-token creature you control leaves the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on...
So, downside is it has to be non-token.
Yeah, which is a bit unfortunate.
Because, red does token
It does token stuff. Create a treasure token. It triggering only once each turn is also a bit of a downside, but...
I mean, it's also a good thing if you're playing against it.
Yeah, it would probably be a bit much if it triggered every single turn. I mean, multiple times a turn.
Yeah.
There are ways around that. I mean, I think this would probably be fine in a deck as a bit of mana generation, but... and it does get big. It has first strike as well, so it would be a good blocker. But honestly, I don't see many uses for it.
I don't know if I would use it either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's not bad.
I mean, again, it doesn't say dies, so it just says leaves the battlefield. So there are ways to abuse it, but I don't know. Personally, I'm probably not going to be playing it.
I don't think I'd be playing it either.
Anyway, let us continue on to Wingnut Bat on the Belfry. 1 and a red for a 1/2 legendary creature, Bat Mutant. With Alliance, whenever another creature you control enters, Wingnut gains your choice of Flying, Menace, or Haste until end of turn. Whenever Wingnut attacks, each other attacking creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Yeah, this is fine. I think this is... Although you could definitely have it as a commander, it's an uncommon, so its abilities aren't ridiculously strong.
It's not crazy, yeah.
I think most of the time... I mean, at least it does give you your option of Flying, Menace, Haste. So, like, if someone has a flyer one turn but only one creature, you choose Menace. No flyers, choose Flying. If you play something after this, it gaining Haste is good. And then I guess if this is a commander, you go wide with it, with a bunch of small things and give them 1/1s.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I probably see this more in a tokeny deck.
Token
just
type stuff,
to buff up your ward.
That's really all.
Yeah, no, I think this is all right.
That's all right.
Let's move on to Zog Triceraton. Triceraton Castaway, 4 and a red for a 5/4 legendary creature, Dinosaur Soldier, with Reach and Trample. When Zog enters, target creature can't block this turn. It's a common from the set.
Common mountain cycling immediately rolls it out of Commander.
Yeah, it's fine, but
it's all right.
It's a common, so we'll just move on past. Now we are moving on to green. This is Ground Chuck and Dirtbag. Shredder's got some interesting named lackeys, I guess. For 4 green, you get an 8/8 legendary creature, Oxmole Mutant, with Trample. Whenever you tap a land for mana, add green. I mean, this is pretty good.
It's pretty good. I know it's an 8/8, but it's expensive.
It's this is a weird one, right? Because 6 mana is a lot, but it has 3 technically really good things going for it, right? It's an 8/8, which is ridiculous stat line, even for a 6 mana permanent. You don't see that often. It has Trample, which is ridiculous for an 8/8 that isn't like a dinosaur or something. Yeah. And it has the double mana thing on it. Whenever you tap a land for mana, add green. It doesn't even say whenever you tap a forest. So it's not like it's just doubling green.
Any land.
Yeah, so I think this is really good, but I I'm sure people will put it as a commander because it does some broken things. Like 6 mana is easy in mono green. Then furthermore, doubling your mana after that, starting at 8 power with trample is fantastic for commander damage. But I think it's also a very viable card in the 99.
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Yeah. Let us move on through to our next card. Leatherhead Iron Gator. 5 green for a 5/5 legendary creature crocodile mutant rogue with trample and haste. Whenever Leatherhead attacks, put 2/1/1 counters on each creature you control. This is from the Commander deck. It seems fine. It's expensive, for sure.
It's very expensive.
It does have haste.
That's good.
It does... I think this is basically I want to win this turn.
Yeah.
It puts... We should say, since it puts 2/1/1 counters on each creature you control, it puts it on itself. So technically, when you attack, as well as your whole board growing by 2, and if this is in a counters deck, realistically, it's not just 2.
Yeah.
It's 3 or 4 or 5 or however many doublers or additional counter cards you have with it. This is, at base, if it gets to attack, 7/7 trampler.
Yeah.
Which is still a lot
That's
for
still
7.
Pretty lot.
But also, mono green doesn't have that big of a problem, and this is more of a finisher than it is a commander. I think.
Would not have it as a commander personally.
No, I mean I can see people wanting to run it, but like I think this is definitely like it runs the lines more of like how Craterhoof does and stuff like that, where you play it and attack to give your wide board a more punching power.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's fine, and I think that is as much as I can say on this card. So we'll move to Leatherhead Part 2. So Leatherhead Swamp Stalker, 2 green for a 5/4 legendary creature, crocodile mutant rogue, with trample. Leatherhead enters with a hexproof counter on her. Oh, she's a she.
Oh.
Nice. Whenever Leatherhead deals combat damage to a player, you may remove a counter from her. When you do, destroy target artifact or enchantment that player controls. Yeah, I mean, this seems fine, honestly.
That's not too bad. I mean,
I think this goes in the other Leatherhead deck, right?
I mean,
it puts counters on.
Yeah.
This wants to take counters off, and it's removal for artifacts and enchantments. I don't think you're necessarily running it as a commander, because, like, you don't really want to... I mean, it's got a good body for 4 mana, 5/4 for 4 with trample, and hexproof, basically. Yeah. I mean, realistically, you probably don't ever... Unless you need to get rid of something, you're not removing hexproof.
No, not really.
So it's probably just trample and hexproof.
And you're in green, so you're going to have 1/1.
Yeah, especially like I was saying before, if you have it in the other Leatherhead Iron Gator deck and you're attacking, you're putting 2/1 counters, you're not going to have a problem removing counters. And this is another one where, like, if you have some way to make it hit twice with like double strike or something, you have other ways to destroy target artifact or enchantment. Is that player controls, but I mean trample makes that easier to do.
Yeah.
You only need 1 damage to get through to make this ability go off. So
True.
Yeah, no, I think this is an interesting new tool for green to add to their removal abilities and stuff.
Not bad.
Yeah, I think it's pretty decent. Let us move through to Michelangelo, Game Master. 2 and a green for a 3/3 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle, with Disappear. At the beginning of your end step, if permanent left the battlefield under your control, this turn put a 1/1 counter on Michelangelo. This is just a common from the set, but I think it's a interesting ability.
It's more of the interesting commons.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that's because he's one of the main 4.
I would say so.
Having 3/3 for 3 is pretty good. I would have preferred it if this was in a colour that flickered and bounced things more often. But at beginning of end step, if opponent left the battlefield, it's your end step, so it's not on an opponent's turns.
No, it's just yours.
If an opponent left the battlefield under your control this turn,
it has to be your thing that left.
Yeah, okay. So it's not fantastic, it's not like a really good thing because it doesn't put like the amount of counters on for the amount of things that left.
Yeah.
It's just one counter if something did leave. But I mean, that's easy enough. It's like you've got mutagen tokens, you've got clue tokens, you have just like other attackers that probably got blocked and died. Anything, again, leaving the battlefield is a great way to put this. It widens the scope of things that you could do. If this was printed in an older set, it would definitely say if something died, but
yeah.
But no, I think this is a fine card.
It's alright.
But it is still just a common, so we will move on to Michelangelo in Improviser. Jesus Christ, my brain just cooked itself. Anyway, Michelangelo Improviser, 3 and a green for a 4/4 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle, with Sneak to a 2 green. Whenever Michelangelo deals combat damage to a player, you may put a creature card and or a land card from your hand onto the battlefield.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, no, that is a pretty goddamn good.
At that point, you don't even really care about the Sneak.
I mean, the Sneak is literally the exact same as the thing. It's just one more green.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously the normal casting cost is 3 a green. Sneak is 2 green. Both 4 mana, just with an extra green pip, which in our format doesn't matter as much.
Not so much.
Especially if it's your commander. It doesn't matter at all because you're in mono green.
Yeah.
In multicolored decks, obviously, the more colors you add, the less green you want to spend if you can avoid it. Because that means you might not be able to cast some other spells. But the fact that this it says and or, the fact that you can put a creature and a land if you have both is pretty good. I think this is definitely commander coded. Like, it wants to be in your command zone. I think it's good in both, obviously. Like, it's
No, I agree.
It's 4 mana ramp and get a big creature from your hand. I really didn't want to put a lot of cards from this set into my commander decks because, again, I'm not a huge fan of UB, especially ones that don't gel too well with Magic. Like, I was fine with Final Fantasy and like some of the stuff before that, but these recent ones, especially with Spider-Man, they just don't feel right. But these cards are just so strong and so cool. But yeah, no, I think this is definitely an include.
I think more of a 99 than a commander, personally.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it can be both, definitely.
Yeah, I think it's safer to put it in the 99, but if you're building your commander around it, this is just, you want to put as many big creatures in your deck as possible. And as long as you have a tiny bit of ramp, and you don't have to over-exceed ramp, it's just a bit of ramp, card draw, and ways to make sure this hits, and then you just chuck as many big dumb things into your deck as possible.
Yeah.
And this just vomits it out. Yeah. Cool card. Let's move on to Michelangelo Mutant BFF. 2 green for a 4/4 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle. Each creature you control with a counter on it can't be blocked by more than one creature. Whenever Michelangelo enters or attacks, create a mutagen token.
Okay, so he's just...
Yeah, it's fine.
Doing his own thing. Yeah.
It basically can't be blocked by more than one creature.
It can still be blocked.
Yeah. But it's like weird menace. It's like, hey, if you want to block me, you have to only block with one, my dude.
Weird menace, and a lot of green things have trample. So
yeah, so like it is just like in favor, and obviously they get that ability if they have counters on them.
Yeah. So
like the thing's going to be big, and if you have trample, so like if you're going to put this as the commander, you probably it's 1/1 counters, make creatures as big as possible, and things with trample. I think that's probably the best way to build this deck.
Probably.
But otherwise, putting it in a counters deck seems like an interesting card to add for what's the word for it? Evasion. So
evasion,
yeah. It's not like so much evasion. It's just like, hey, you are losing a creature if you choose to block. You can't kill my creature. Because like realistically, you choose to attack and this thing's like, the thing that you're attacking with isn't going to, like, die to one thing.
No.
Anyway, let us move forth. Michelangelo on the scene. 4 green for a 2/2 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle, with Trample. Michelangelo enters with a 1/1 counter on him for each land you control. When Michelangelo dies, return this card to your hand. This is from the Turtle Team Up set. Or what? Product line, I guess. This is interesting.
Interesting. Again, I mean...
this is definitely in the 99. Right?
Yeah, I don't think I would put this as a commander.
I mean, it gets around commander tags.
True.
Like, I mean, okay, if you exile it, or if there's, like, they do something else to it, then no, it doesn't. But when it dies, return this card to your hand is like... I mean, yeah, though, if it's in your hand, you don't need to care about commander text.
No, not really.
2/2 with Trample, that's kind of tragic. But it enters with a 1/1 counter on him for each land you control.
So, like, say you're on turn 6.
I mean, if you don't ramp... if you don't ramp with mana rocks, and you're just ramping with lands like you would in mono green...
Yeah.
Bare minimum, he has 6 1/1 counters on him.
Yeah.
Which, an 8/8 Trampler... pretty good.
It's not bad.
Especially if that's commander damage, you're in green. It's probably going to be more than that if you wait a turn, some way to give him haste. It does a lot of commander damage. I think this is probably also just like any kind of explosive land stacks, like Landfall or anything like that. This could be a decent finisher. But yeah, I think besides that is as much as we could say on this card. It has Trample's good. It can be really, really big, and the fact that it returns to your hand, making it, meaning you can cast it later, and it will be even bigger, most likely, is all upsides.
That's all upsides.
Let's move on to Michelangelo, the Heart. 1 and a green for a 2/1 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle, with Trample and Raid, in brackets, the fridge. At the beginning, yeah, I know, right? At the beginning of your second main phase, if you attacked this turn, put a 1/1 counter on target creature and create a food token. This also has partner character select and is from the Commander deck. I think this is more of a flavor win than like a really good card. Second main phase, if you attack, put a 1/1 counter on target creature and create a food. I guess it's good in food decks.
Yeah.
Because it's another way to make food. And it gets bigger. It has trample. But yeah, no, I think if anything else, it's more of a flavor win.
I think it's just a flavor win, to be honest.
Yes, a pizza flavored win. I love that in the brackets, right? The fridge thing. That's hilarious.
Funny. That's
yeah. Anyway, let's. He's cheap, so let's just move on. To Michelangelo, Weirdness 2/11, 1 and a green for a 1/1 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle. Whenever Michelangelo enters, create a mutagen token. If 1 or more 1/1 counters would be put on a creature you control, that many +1 are put on it instead. Yeah, this seems fine.
Seems fine.
It's hardened scales for 1 extra mana that automatically gives you a way to give something
a 1/1.
A 1/1 that turns into 2 1/1s.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, one of the benefits of hardened scales is it's an enchantment, so it's harder to remove.
Yes. That's true.
But also, like, more ways to do that is never a bad thing. We have a surplus of them now, so pick your flavor, I guess.
Can we not pick the flavor of that pizza, whatever that is? Oh, it's disgusting.
Blue cross, that's like Play-Doh flavored.
Yeah.
Definitely weirdness up to 11, but I think that is the piece of this card. It's
weird.
It's interesting. I think it goes in decks, though, right? It's a 99.
I mean, like you said, it's pretty much hardened scales.
Yeah. Let's continue on to Mikey and Mona, Mutant Sitters. I was going to say sisters. Mutant Sitters for 2 and a green for a 2/2 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle Lizard. When Mikey and Mona enter, choose one or both. Each mode must target a different player. A target player chooses a creature they control and puts 2/1/1 counters on it. And target player returns a creature or land card from their graveyard to their hand. This is in the middle of the road of the ones we've seen so far. This is from the Total Team Up that I should mention as well.
It's not bad. It's not good. It's in the middle.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'd be kind of interested to see a 5-color deck that just runs all of these, like a 5-color group hug deck or something like that. There are a lot of interesting group hug cards. One that I'll talk about at the end of this video. But yeah, no, I think this cycle is kind of interesting. This one's kind of
it's kind of meh. It's not good, not bad.
I would have really loved this cycle if they all had attack triggers.
True.
The fact that they're all enters is a bit of a shame, but
the fact
also
that it's just ETB.
It's fine, right?
Yeah.
You either get to regrow something that, in which case this card is one more than the normal regrow effect, or you get to put 2/1/1 counters on something. Again, as with all these cards, since you can target an opponent, this also has the political value of, hey, do you have a removal card? You have a removal creature in your graveyard, like something that like ETBs and blows something up or something.
Yeah.
Can you get that and play it on your turn to deal with this threat? So on and so forth. Or like, hey, if you return this, if I let you do this thing, can you do this other thing for me?
I heckin' love politics, dude.
Oh yeah, so good. Let us continue forth. Mona Lisa, ever adaptable. For 3 and a green for a 4/4 legendary creature, Lizard Mutant. Whenever a player casts a creature spell, you create a mutagen token.
That is very lackluster for a rare.
Yeah, this is from Total Team Up. Its body's fine, like it's a 4/4 for 4.
Yeah.
That's good-ish. It doesn't have any other keywords on it. This is...
I mean, the good part is it's whenever a player, so it doesn't have to be you.
Yeah, and it's... I feel like this could have also just been fine if it is whenever a player casts a spell.
Yeah.
Creature is a bit lackluster, but maybe that was a bit too strong. But mutagen tokens aren't also that
you
strong.
still have to pay for mutagen tokens, and they're still only as a sorcery.
Yeah, unless there's something else that like really cares about mutagen tokens, I think this is just okay.
It's just okay.
It's definitely unless someone finds something broken to do with these tokens specifically, I don't think it's a commander. It's definitely in the 99.
99. Yeah, I agree.
Let us continue on to Mona Lisa, Science Geek. 2 and a green for a 1/3 legendary creature, Lizard Mutant. With reach, tap, add X mana of any one color, where X is Mona Lisa's power. This is one of those mana dorks that is really good if you buff its power up. There's not much more to say.
No, not much else. Ones.
Reach is cool. Add a lot of mana potentially if you make her big. Not really a commander unless you intend to go the big mana route. More of the 99.
More of the 99, I agree.
Next card is Mutagen Man, Living Ooze. X green for a 2/3 legendary creature, Ooze Mutant. With trample, activate abilities of artifact tokens you control cost 1 less to activate.
Well, there you go.
When Mutagen Man enters, create X mutagen tokens.
Well, there's your making mutagen better.
Yeah, I mean, this makes a lot of other tokens better. I think activated abilities of artifact tokens specifically. And it makes a lot of them when he enters. I mean, I think it's fine as the commander. Like, if you find one specific token, I mean, obviously with Mutagen and the other Lisa that we were talking about before, it just, whenever people cast things, you can just make this guy huge. Yeah. Those cards go amazing together. Still only a sorcery, but that's fine. I think if you have other ways in your hand of making a lot of mutagen, this guy often is just a 2 mana, 2/3 trample, and then you're just stacking with 1/1 counters.
Yeah.
Which seems pretty decent.
I think it's alright.
I think, unless you have a different deck, like you're running that previous, the Lisa ever adaptable as your commander, and then this is in the deck. It's just fine.
I would have to go the 99 route.
Yeah, I think so as well. As long as you, unless you have some other way to make that artifacts cost 1 less, or a different artifact comes out where it makes it more broken. I mean, you can't. It's mono green if it's your commander, so like, it's not like it's breaking clues or like something else that takes 1 mana. I'm sure there's some fun things to do with it. If you think of anything, please just leave it down in the comments and we'll take a look. But for now, I can't really think of anything, so we'll move on to Rocksteady Crash Corsair. 4 green for a 7/7 legendary creature, Rhino Mutant. Rocksteady can't be blocked by more than 1 creature, and Boars you control can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Forest Cycling 2. Okay, it's a common.
Immediately in the 99, it's.
We'll talk about this later, but the friend he's with is a boar, so they work together. They work together. But that's it. For now, next card. Rocksteady Mutant Marauder. 2 and a green for a 3/3 legendary creature, Rhino Mutant. Partner with Bebop, Skull and Crossbones. Reminder, partner with is when this creature enters, target player may put Bebop into their hands from their library, then shuffle. And then it has Trample. Whenever another non-token creature you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. So we'll put Bebop on the screen. We can't cycle to it at the moment to read it off, but I'm pretty sure it was... Bebop is a black card that allows you to draw cards equal to the number of counters on it, and then you lose X life. X equals the number of counters. So obviously they're going together. You play this, and then you play the other one. It puts a 1/1 counter on it, and then I think it's an attack trigger, so when you attack, you draw cards and stuff like that. Yeah. They work well together. That's how they're designed. This guy has Trample. I think they're fine. They're probably better in the deck together, which they are, because this is from the Commander deck.
Yes, they are definitely better together.
I think that's pretty much
not
all
much
you can
else
say
to say about
this
it.
one.
Yeah.
We'll move on to our multicolored cards, which we have a lot of.
There is.
I mean, as is always the case with these UB sets. Yeah. So starting us off with Baxter Stockman, 3 blue red for a legendary a 3/3 legendary creature, Human Scientist. Whenever Baxter Stockman enters, create a 1/1 colorless robot artifact creature token. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target artifact creature you control gets +3/+0 and gains first strike and vigilance until end of turn. Turn target. It's an uncommon, so it's like it's doing uncommon things.
It's doing stuff, it's helping you, but it's not like anything super impressive.
Yeah.
Welcome to the 99, I guess.
I don't even know if
I don't know if I'd know put it there.
It gives one... If it gave everything, target at the beginning of combat on your turn, target artifact creature
it's
control.
Target and ETB, so both of them are kind of just...
Yeah, and since if it was all artifact creatures, that'd be really good, but it's not. I don't know if I'd run this personally. So let's just move on through to Bebop and Rocksteady. Hey, they got a card together.
Oh, they have a card together.
So for 1 red-green hybrid, just a reminder, with the hybrid symbols, you may pay either black-green hybrid. Oh, my brain is fried. With the hybrid symbols, you can pay either black or green for their cost. So this could be 1 black, 1 green, or a mix of whatever.
Yeah.
So it is a 7/5 legendary creature, boar Rhino Mutant. Whenever Bebop and Rocksteady attack or block, sacrifice a permanent unless you discard a card. This feels like it's more of a uncommon than a rare. I feel like it would have been better if it had trample.
I mean, it has a really good body.
Yeah, I mean, it's stupidly good for 3. But this feels like so much of a draft card, where it's a good rare for draft and standard, where like you just want to get in and hit people really hard, and like 3 attacks kills people, and that's why it has the downside on it. Yeah. But it doesn't have trample. It doesn't have anything else that's fancy for Commander. So I think unless you're doing something stupid with the fact that it has 7 power, it's not really worth it.
Yeah, I don't know if I would use this.
I mean, you can turn like 2 things into upsides, right? You can either turn the fact that it has strong power into an upside, or the fact that it makes you sack a permanent can also be an upside.
Yeah.
But I think besides that, it's not really worth. So we...
Whatever.
Well, I don't even know if I want to say if it's in the 99 or...
I don't know.
It's definitely... It's not a Commander. If you want to include it for one of the broken reasons, it's probably in the 99. Moving on to our next card. Don and Leo, Problem Solvers. 3 and 2 white-blue hybrid mana for a 4/6 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle. I feel like we're going to get a lot of these. With Vigilance, at the beginning of your end step, exile up to 1 target artifact you control and up to 1 target creature you control, then return them to the battlefield under their owner's control. Oh, well, this is better.
Yeah.
So, end step, exile up to 1 target artifact and up to... Yeah, so you can get both. Return them to the battlefield. Yeah, I think this is fine as a commander, honestly. 5 mana is a bit.
5 mana
is a 4/6 Vigilance, so it's good blocker, good attacker. And you do flicker shenanigans.
You do flicker something,
which is the white blue is the colours for it.
Yeah.
It being able to do artifacts is neat. There are a bunch of artifacts that I could imagine flickering. And up to 1 target creature you control, which is also really neat.
Which is also pretty good. I think I'm leaning, a little bit more towards the 99, but it can definitely be a commander.
Yeah, I think it'd be better to build around.
Yeah.
Because I think the other flicker decks in these colours aren't too focused on artifacts as much.
No, not really.
But I don't know, still think it's a decent card.
Oh, no, it's definitely decent.
Yeah, let us continue to Dark Leo and Shredder. White and a black for a 1/3 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle human, with Sneak for white and a black. Attacking ninjas you control have Death Touch, scary. And whenever Dark Leo and Shredder deal combat damage to a player, create a 1/1 black ninja creature token. Then, if you control 5 or more ninjas, that player loses half their life.
Okay. Well, we've got the scary Shredder.
Yeah.
From before. And.
Yeah, I don't think. We didn't have any Leos that did death touchy things, so like usually these partner cards grab one thing from one person, one thing from the other, and then like
a lot of this is just Shredder.
Smush them together. Yeah, like death touch is a very black thing. Token. Then if you
5 or more ninjas, so it has to be token heavy. It could definitely
combat damage short player.
I think it could be your commander, to be honest.
Well, I mean, so it does this thing where a lot of the other cards in this set also do it. I mean, yeah, it could be your commander. I think it probably is.
Yeah.
I don't see this going in a white black ninjas deck. But attacking ninjas you control have Death Touch. This set's done this thing before where basically it's saying this card has Death Touch when it's attacking because it is a ninja.
Yeah.
When it deals combat damage to a player, you make a token. Then if you control 5 or more ninjas, that player loses their life rounded up. I don't know, honestly. Like, there aren't many white ninjas besides from the ones from this set. There are plenty of black ones, but usually they're more blue-black. So you're mostly relying on the tokens. You can double the tokens in white, which is quite easy. I don't know. I think it's fine, but I think this is a more interesting gotcha card in a ninja deck than it is otherwise. So with that being said, let's just continue to Don and Raph, Hard Science. One generic, blue-red, and 2 blue-red hybrids, so 3 mana all up, for a 2/4 legendary creature Mutant Ninja Turtle with Menace. When Don and Raph attack, the next non-creature spell you cast this turn has affinity for artifacts.
Okay.
This is... We've had cards like this before, especially in this set, where the text is both really strong and kind of weak at the same time. Like, it doesn't do anything besides this, but the fact that, like, I mean, blue-red has a lot of big splashy spells, and specifically splashy non-creature spells. I mean, yes, you need to attack, which is a bit scary for the commander, and yes, it is, it's only the next spell, but this is, I mean, it's really cool.
Yeah. It's cool.
I think you can do some interesting stuff with it. I think
there's some janky stuff you could do with it.
This is probably the commander, right? Like, it feels too much of a build around than like an include in a deck. If you guys have a deck, again, put it down below. I'd love to see what deck you're putting this in. But to me, it reads, this is an artifact and big spell deck. You have a lot of really cheap artifacts to help with the affinity, and then you just splash in. You could put in more artifacts, obviously, and then like just some like really big dumb spells like expropriate and like some other just like really big things to help you cast.
Yeah,
it's all right body, cheap mana. I think it's decent.
You would have to make it your commander.
Yeah. But yeah, let's continue on to Guinness. No, it's not Guinness.
It's not Guinness.
Guinness the beer.
Genghis?
Maybe. I'm just going to call him the frog. And it's Guinness the frog?
Guinness.
I don't know. I'm just going to call him the frog. Anyway, the frog is green and a blue for a 1/3 legendary creature for frog mutant rogue. With trample, whenever the frog or another mutant you control enters, create a mutagen token. That is a uncommon for you.
That's uncommon. It's straightforward.
It's trample. It's cheap. It's meant to chuck all your counters on so it gets through. Nothing much to talk about. Let's just. Well, I suppose it doesn't just trigger off itself.
No.
It's frog or another mutant. Which is kind of cool, but you're still only just making mutagen tokens, and there are stronger cards that we've seen from this set that already do that. So
it's average.
Let's continue. Heroes in a half shell, turtle power. Anyway, this is Heroes in a half shell. So this is the commander of the commander deck for Wooburg. So white, blue, black, red, and green for a 5/5 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle, with vigilance, menace, trample, and haste. Whenever one or more mutants, ninjas, and or turtles you control deal combat damage to a player, put a 1/1 counter on each of those creatures and draw a card.
Interesting.
Yeah, so obviously commander deck. From the commander deck. This is not in the 99.
No, this is a commander.
Yeah, no, 100%. Whenever they deal damage, I think this is... We've seen this with, I think, the Spider-Man set as well, where they're like, well, this is a more unique set. Let's let you chuck, like, somewhere to chuck all your turtles in, basically.
Yeah.
Your Ninja Turtles. I think the funniest way that, and this happened with Spider-Man as well, and more Spider-Man than The Last Airbender, but I think this is it's funny to just think of the idea of putting just mutants or just ninjas or just turtles in here, not as a Ninja Turtle deck, but just as like a strong card draw and counter engine for those archetypes. It's like, oh, no. This is a disgusting mutant deck. These are all like vile, ugly looking things. But yeah, no, these Ninja Turtles are leading them though.
Yeah, these Ninja Turtles have got them.
Same with ninjas and
yeah,
and like turtles as well. It's like, yeah, no, these are just your average dudes, but like they're run by the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Which seems interesting, but like also this is just 5-color good stuff.
Yeah.
A hell of a lot of keywords and stuff like that. There's not much to be said about literally what the Commander deck is. But we haven't actually checked, but this is the Commander, right? I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I would say so.
It's 5-color. I haven't seen any 5-color ones yet. This explains why they were able to chuck all that other shit in this deck. Because the rest of the cards, like we said in part 1, and I can't remember if we said it in this part as well, they make no sense.
There's no clear route.
It's like, some of them do these things, some of these do these things. This thing just says, hey, listen, we've put all these things in here, just play them and do stuff.
The only thing this one really says to do is counter on a card.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I think it's fine. It's
fine.
Obviously a Commander. It's obviously been pushed a tiny bit because it's the Ninja Turtles. It just is what it is.
It is
fine.
what it is.
Let us move forth to
Karai?
Yeah, no, that's definitely it. Karai. I was like, I don't know what this word is, and then you said it, and I was like, oh yeah, that's definitely it. I heard that from the TV show. So, Karai, Future of the Foot. OnlyFans future, gotcha. 1 white and a black for a 3/3 legendary creature, human ninja with a sneak, 2 white and a black. Whenever Karai deals combat damage to a player, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. If her sneak cost was paid, this turn, instead return that card to the battlefield. This is because it's a one-time use for the stronger effect. This is probably in the 99.
I'd say 99.
Because, if the sneak cost was paid this turn, instead return that card to the battlefield. It's return a creature card. It doesn't, unlike the other white, black cards that have similar effects, it's not limited by CMC.
No.
So it's not like get something 3 or less or whatever like that. So you could 4 mana return whatever your strongest thing to the battlefield. Is that it's on rate with other things that do that.
Yeah, it
usually
is.
4 or 5 mana. Besides the broken cards like Reanimate and stuff like that. But yeah, no, 4 mana to do this effect seems alright. You could definitely run it as your Commander because it still has that bit that doesn't care about the sneak cost, returning things to your hand.
Yeah,
I think if you're running it as your Commander, you're since it's a combat damage trigger, it's a lot of like you want to be running double strike and other things that make it hit more or double effects and stuff like that. In which case, it's still good, but it definitely reads more of a 99 get one big thing back card.
Yeah, 99 one big thing. Honestly, it's a pretty good card.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. Let us continue forth. Now, you might be looking at this card. So this is, I think, Koya, Death from Above.
This is
Who knows, yeah. For 2 and a white, 2/1 legendary creature, mutant ninja bird. Flying whenever Koya enters exile up to 1 other target creature at the beginning of the next end step, you may pay 3 and a black. If you do, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. What I was going to say is, you might be wondering why this white card is in our multicolored section. In Commander, if you didn't already know, we look at the whole card to judge if it is what the color identity is. Because it has a black pip in its cost for its ability, this is a Wars of white-black card for its color identity. I think this is a full cycle, so you'll see some more a bit later on that are white or a whatever card with a big ability down the bottom. Ability with a different mana cost. This is a uncommon. It's all right.
Yeah.
It doesn't really do anything commandery special.
No, nothing really special about it. I've been reading through it while you were explaining all that, and I'm like, like what I exile one target creature, and the next line is the one that gets me. Is at the beginning of your next end step, you may pay 3 and a black. If you don't return that card to the battlefield.
Well, yeah. So
it's like
it's 3 mana now. Get rid of something temporarily. And then if you don't pay for, they get it back.
Yeah.
Or, wait a second, so X up to one target creature. Yes, or you get it back.
Yeah, that works too. So you could ETB it.
Yeah, it's alright, but I wouldn't play it personally. I think this is more of a standard card. Again, uncommons, we really don't need to be talking about them as much, so we'll just move on to Krang and Shredder. 4 and 2 blue-black hybrid, 6 mana in total for a 6/7 legendary creature. Utrum? Oh, I can't remember what we agreed this
Utrum...
was. Yeah, Utrum, human ninja. Whenever Krang and Shredder enter or attack, each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile an on-land card. And then disappear at the beginning of your end step. If a permanent left the battlefield under your control this turn, you may cast a card exiled with Krang and Shredder without paying its mana cost. See, this is more of what I expect from like team-up cards.
Yeah.
Where one half is doing its thing and the other half is doing the other thing's thing. So it's good that it's both an enter and attack trigger, so that is commander coded.
Thank God.
Each opponent exiles the blue-black kind of like thefty exiles the top card of each person's library kind of thing.
Yeah.
Is neat. Which is also cool because this is, if they keep hitting those lands, they don't get shuffled back in. They're just gone.
They're just gone.
Yeah, which is cool for the player of this, not fortunate for whoever's getting exiled.
Mm-hmm.
It's good that it's each opponent, and then disappear at the beginning of your end step if a permanent left the battlefield under your control this turn. So it wants to be more of a black sacrificey deck. You may cast a card exiled with Krang and Shredder without paying its mana cost. So I think basically, this is definitely a commander card, right?
Yeah. Commander 100%.
It could be in other decks, but I think you want to build around this, having like cards that make tokens or little creatures that you're playing for value, and then a lot of sack outlets where you can, when this enters or attacks, and then you're like, oh, okay, that's a cool card I want. I will sacrifice this stinky creature to let me cast one of your spells. And it's just cast a card at your end step, which is a bit of a downside. Only one card and at your end step, so you can't do more things with the card that you just cast, but it's still really cool without paying its mana cost.
The biggest downside, having it as a commander, again, we harp on about mana cost all the time, but it's six mana.
6 mana is a bit, but it is a 6.
You want to hope it never dies. 6/7, not likely unless a removal spell hits it.
Yeah, which I assume this is probably going to be a bit of a removal magnet.
Yeah,
I can see this also being a bit of a flicker target.
Yeah,
like you can do again. Aaron harps on about mana cost. I'll harp on about the infinite combo potentials. With ways to infinitely flicker things, this does eventually exile everyone's library out.
It does, eventually.
But yeah, so is a lot of things can go infinite if you have enough pieces out. We'll continue onwards.
Continuing on.
Good commander card. To Leonardo, the Balance. Another card with Wooburg in its mana cost. So we'll say, he's 3 and a white for a 3/3 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle. Whenever a token you control enters, you may put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Do this only once each turn. Thank God that's there.
Yeah.
For Wooburg, so white, blue, black, red, green, creatures you control gain Menace, Trample, Lifelink until end of turn. Jeez Louise.
Yeah. It's also a character select, so there was some characters that did care about the 1/1s.
Yeah.
I don't...
Wow, this is... Okay, wait, this will take a bit, because we do have to go back in our slideshow that we're reading off. But this seems like a really good card with, what was it? That green one that we're talking about. Oh, unless something cares about tokens entering, then it's not that great.
Was it a Michelangelo or was it a Leatherhead?
No. I think it was give us a second. Mona Lisa. Yeah. Oh, sorry. That's in the deck. It wasn't exactly Mona Lisa. It was something else though. I don't know. It might have been from the blue one, but Mona Lisa in the deck also really works because whenever a player casts a creature spell, you create a mutagen token. So this triggers Leo on each of your other turns. And obviously you want to do that. Enters the battlefield, you put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. And obviously it triggers only once each turn. You want to find a way to break that, make it on everyone's turn. I usually think stronger magic, so the first thing that went to my head was Smothering Tithe.
Oh, yeah, fun. Again, love that card.
So basically, Smothering Tithe reads, hey, you need to pay the 2 now, otherwise everything gets bigger.
Yeah.
Make a treasure and put a 1/1 counter on everything. But yeah, no, this is bonkers.
I still think Heroes in a Shell would be the commander. I still don't think this would be the commander, but it could be because of partner.
Yeah, it's also like 1 mana cheaper.
Yeah.
It's weird having usually partner. I mean, this seems like it's a bit of a broken kind of design mistakey kind of thing, but I feel like partner, in this case partner character select, you usually want it to mix colors, but for commander use, and this is from the commander deck, for commander use, this is already all colors.
It is. So you wouldn't have to worry about that.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Did Heroes in a Shell have character select?
That is a good question. No.
No. Okay.
So no, you couldn't partner those up. But no, I'm sure there's other weird combos that you could do. I think I'm thinking of one of the April O'Neils that whenever you do something, you get a mutagen or something like that. Whenever a turtle enters.
Yeah, one of the Aprils did that.
But there's plenty of ways to make tokens on other people's turns.
Yeah.
Make a bunch of treasures. It's all colors. There are plenty of ways of doing this. But I think this is a fairly
decent card. Yeah.
I think it's definitely, you want to build around the making the tokens on other people's turns.
Yeah.
And then you kind of go wide and give everything all those scary abilities.
Yeah, I would agree.
But yeah, let's move on from this terrifying this terrifying guy.
Not as terrifying as Shredder.
Yeah. That thing traumatizes. Anyway, Lord Dreg, Insect Invader, 3 and a black for a 3/2 legendary creature, Insect Warrior, with flying and disappear at the beginning of your end step. If a permanent left the battlefield under your control this turn, create a 1/1 black Insect Warrior creature token with flying. Sacrifice a token, so for 3 and a green, sacrifice a token, draw a card. Yeah, I mean, it's an uncommon.
Yeah.
It reads a bit better than some of the other uncommons.
It sort of half reminds me of that rat one from the first video.
Once again, this is a black-green card. And yeah, no, I think I was thinking disappear was more of a flavor word like they've been using recently, but no, I guess it's now a keyword for well, not an actual keyword like flying, but a word that tells you, hey, if something disappear, it means at the beginning of your end step, if a permanent left the battlefield on your control, do this thing. But yeah, no, I think it's fine. It'd make for an okay bracket 2 deck, but I don't think it's good enough to actually use in anything. Like, I guess it's some extra value if you want to put it in a deck.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I personally
don't think
wouldn't.
so.
Let's move on to Metalhead. 4 and a blue for a 4/4 legendary artifact creature with robot turtle. Legendary artifact creature, robot turtle. When Metalhead enters, return up to one other target artifact or creature to its owner's hand. Pay 1 red mana, sacrifice another artifact, put a 1/1 counter on Metalhead. It gains menace and haste until end of turn.
Okay. Back to artifact heavy.
I think this is once again a in the 99 card.
Yeah, I don't see it as a commander.
Yeah, no, it's not really a commander card. It costs 5 mana. It's sacrificing artifacts is fine. Like, having a sack outlet in the command zone for 1 red mana and not having to tap it is good.
Yeah.
Enters battlefield, return up to 1 target artifact or creature card to its owner's hand. I kind of wish that said from your graveyard, because it would synergize better with the bottom ability, and then if it did say that, I think I would recommend it for being a commander.
Yeah.
Because then you could use the blue colors that you have access to blink it and get more things back. But as it is now, not really.
Whatever. No.
Let's just continue on through. So Mikey and Leo, Chaos and Order. 2 hybrid green-white mana for a 2/2 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle, with whenever you put a counter on a creature you control, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. I mean, this is in the 99.
Yeah.
Any card that usually says draw a card only once each turn or something similar, especially for this cheap, is usually just better in the 99.
I wouldn't put it in a command zone, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, I think it's fine if you need a counter deck that needs even more card draw. And we've been getting a lot of these recently when you put a counter on something, draw a card. It's also nice that, as with the rest of the set, they're following the theme of it doesn't have to be a 1/1 counter.
Yeah, it's just any counter.
Yeah, draw a card. It's a shame it triggers only once each turn, but there are ways to break that, obviously.
Yes.
Not with Mutagen because it's sorcery speed, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I think this is fine include in the 99.
Fine 99 include.
Yeah. Mikey and Don, Party Planners, 2 and 2 hybrid green-blue mana for a 3/3 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle, with Ward 2. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may play lands and cast Mutant, Ninja, or Turtle spells from the top of your library. If you cast a creature spell this way, that creature enters with an additional 1/1 counter on it. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it's definitely more commander coded than
I was about
some
to
of
say,
the
I think
others.
it's more commander coded.
Ward 2 is cool for the protection. It doesn't do anything like too terrifying.
No, nothing too terrifying. It's kind of just I get to look at what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's like a bit of card advantage if you have a lot of. Again, I really appreciate that they didn't push these types together into Mutant Ninja Turtle, like how they did with like the Doctor Who stuff, where it's like the Doctor or whatever it is like, or Doctor something is like one chunk of a word.
Yeah.
The fact that this works if you want to use this as your Turtle commander or your Mutant commander or your Ninja commander is neat, and it can go in those decks accordingly. I think this works on both levels. If you want it in the deck, it's fine card advantage and gives extra things counters. If you want it as your commander, you can build around it a bit more. It's also neat, but I don't think it's it's not strong or anything.
No, it's not overwhelming. It's not. I was gonna say it's not gonna win you a game, but card advantage always helps. It's not gonna win you outright. Obviously, it gives you the advantage.
Yeah, no.
It's just a good addition.
Yeah. That is up for that card. Let's move on to Old Hob Alicat Blues. 4 and a red for a 4/4 legendary creature, Cat Mutant Rebel. With at the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 2/2 red mutant creature token. It gains haste until end of turn. Destroy it at the beginning of the next end step. 1 and a white target attacking creature token gains indestructible until end of turn. I was reading through that card and I was like, why does it say destroy it? And then, yeah, okay, no. It's still interesting. Like, usually they'll just tell you to sacrifice it.
Yeah.
And then the one in white target attacking creature token gains indestructible until on the turn. That would be why. Because otherwise, it wouldn't do anything to the token. I think...
It's still only an uncommon.
Yeah, it's an uncommon. It costs too much.
Yeah.
The attacking creature token gains indestructible in the turn is interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting, and there's not really much more to say.
Yeah, I don't know. This card is it's
weird.
not. I mean, it's consistent token generation, but besides that, I think we can just pass on this one.
Yeah, I agree.
Pizza Face.
Oh Jesus, what the hell is going on?
Gastromancer. 3 black and a green for a 2/4 legendary artifact creature, food mutant. When Pizza Face enters, create a food token, because he is one. Disappear at the beginning of your end step if a permanent left the battlefield under your control this turn. Put 3/1 counters on up to one other target artifact or creature. If it isn't a creature, it becomes a 0/0 mutant creature in addition to its other types. 10 mana, tap, sacrifice Pizza Face. You gain 15 life.
I only just saw the 10 mana down there. What the?
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's a really big food and you just eat him to death.
I guess.
I can imagine, like, in my head, I can see the episode this guy comes from. Where, like, you know, they're fighting stuff and then the episode ends by, like, all of the turtles getting together and eating this guy to death.
I mean... Gastromancer is definitely the right name for that.
Yeah, dude looks disgusting as hell as well.
You would definitely have gastro after that.
Yeah, so much cheese, my guy. At the beginning, end step, if a permanent left the battlefield. I mean, it's cool. I think it's again one of the cooler uncommons. It has a whack last ability.
The last ability is what?
Yeah, I feel like that there probably should have been a way that makes this cheaper. Like, I don't know, for every food you sacrifice, it gets cheaper or something like that. So it, like, indicates that you're, like, slowly eating away at him or... Yeah. I don't know, something weird like that. But I think it's a cool way to put counters on things. It does the other cool thing we were talking about previously in blue where... It makes artifacts, creatures.
Yeah.
Interesting color combination for that as well, because again, usually that's more of a blue thing, but I guess green and black kind of also do it, but not as much. But yeah, no, I think this is also another fun card.
It's interesting.
I think it does. It's not in the 99. I mean, you can, but I think if you want to build this, it's just like a fun derpy card. It's probably a commander.
It's probably a commander.
But yeah, let's move on through to Raph and Leo, Sibling Rivals, for 1 and 2 hybrid red-white mana for a 2/4 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle. And whenever Raph and Leo attack, if it's the first combat phase of the turn, untap 1 or 2 target attacking creatures. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. Cool, another extra combat, but for only 2 creatures.
For 2, yeah, I mean...
It's fun.
It's interesting.
This is an attack trigger, so it's both better and worse in different cases than combat damage.
Yes.
That we saw before on one of Raph's cards. Let's see, is there any way...
I mean, there would be a way...
Well, it's another one of those first combat phase things.
Yeah.
So you can't just infinitely go off with it.
I mean, you could attack and then untap one of the triggers that untap all your other creatures.
If it's first combat phase of your turn, untap 1 or 2 target attacking creatures.
You would have to tap the right. You'd have to untap the right creatures.
I mean, yeah, but they also have to be attacking. I think this is an okay card if you're using big creatures in the 99, and this could also go in your Arabella deck.
It could. It's possible.
Because Raph and Leo attack, it's in the right colors. If it's the first combat phase of... I mean, yours is in an extra combat phase deck. It is not an extra combat phase deck. So there's not extra combat phases that would limit that. Up to 2 target attacking creatures. Obviously Arabella, because she needs to attack. Get an extra combat phase, which is an additional...
Arabella trigger.
Yeah. I can...
It could work.
Now that I'm thinking of it, my brain always comes up with these, like, weird, like, scenarios when I see the picture of these cards and, like, the other things that are happening, like, outside of the frame. And if this was in the Arabella deck, I can just imagine, like, so you've got these two back to back, and then off in the background, you've just got Arabella, this doll just walking around, just attacking things with them,
like a little stick.
Yeah, and also perfectly, it's also 2 power, so
yes, it would trigger Arabella.
It would trigger Arabella as well. But also, this is another thing with the UB things. It's like, if this was a normal Magic card, I think this would be 100% in the deck, like no doubt. But because it's Ninja Turtles, it's like, I don't know, bud. I like the flavor of like creepy doll and these 2 wacky ass turtles. Like, unless you like get like an art commission of like these guys in like toy form, which would also be kind of funny. But like, let's move on. I think this is better.
It's
in the deck than
it's a 99,
but you could do both. Yeah. Raph and Mikey, Troublemakers. 5 and 2 hybrid red-green for a 7/7 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle with trample and haste. Whenever Raph and Mikey attack, reveal cards on top of your library until you reveal a creature card. Put that card onto the battlefield tapped and attacking, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Yeah, I mean...
Zada? I feel like it would work in Zada.
It's not... no, it's not Zada.
Not Zada.
Are you thinking about my deck?
Yeah, it's up there.
It's up on our wall of Commander decks over there. It's Hans.
Hans.
Yeah, but Hans is the deck that I've been talking about for like a couple of these other cards where, but unfortunately, unlike some of the other cards where they worked really well in Hans, this is an attack trigger, so you can't flip this off Hans and then get this trigger as well. It has to be on the battlefield ready to attack. It having haste is really good. 7 mana is a lot.
Yeah, 7 mana is quite a lot.
It is a 7 mana 7/7 trample haste, which is a great body.
Yeah.
7 mana is still a bit much. I think it would have been a bit pushed, but I think they could have done 6. But the ability is also nuts.
Yeah.
Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card. And it does the Hans thing as well, where it puts onto the battlefield and that thing is attacking as well.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
That's the line that made me think of Hans.
Yeah, I think this is good, but the mana cost
kills it.
Feels, unless you're like breaking it in terms of like extra combats or extra triggers.
Yeah.
I think this is probably just a bit too expensive to be the commander. I can see it in the deck as like a finishery kind of card. But let's move on to Splinter, Radical Rat. 1 white, 1 generic and 2 hybrid white black mana for a 2/4 legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Rat. If an ability of a ninja creature you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. 1 generic and a blue, target ninja can't be blocked this turn.
Okay.
I think so. This is we've looked at. I think potentially there might be some a bit later, but I think we've looked at all the Master Splinter cards now. This is the best one. I think
this is the best one.
Yeah.
I think.
So
unless we're missing one,
it triggers. To be fair. So its color identity is white, black, blue. This is fantastic for normal ninjas.
Yes.
So I think this is probably my new favorite ninja commander.
Yeah.
You don't need to have the ninjutsu. Honestly, I I have enough white, black, blue decks as is, but if I didn't already have like 3, I think this would probably be the next one I built. The fact that it gives your ninjas, like, you don't have to do any shenanigans to return them to your hand by, like, doing the ninjutsu cycling thing. Being able to give ninjas unblockable and having their damage triggers, or just triggers in general, doubled is amazing. It really, like, it gives you the vibe that I thought Master Splinter would have, where he's, like, the leader of ninjas, basically.
Yes. It's like
the
everything
trainer.
about this screams ninja.
Yeah.
I want to ninja.
Yeah, it's... I was just reading his... I was like listening to you, and then I was reading his flavor text, and like, the first rule of the ninja is do no harm, in brackets, and then unless you need to do harm, then do lots of harm. Which is awesome. A very Master Splinter thing to say.
Splinter in a nutshell.
But no, I think this is really cool. I think it could go... It's a bit hard to say it goes in the 99. It would be a really good card in the 99, but it's a 3-color deck, so...
I think it would be a commander.
Yeah, it's definitely very commander-coded. With that being said, let's move on to the neutrinos. 2 red and a white for a 2/4 legendary creature elf rebel with flying and alliance. Whenever another creature you control enters, the neutrinos get +1/+0 until end of turn. Whenever the neutrinos attack, exile up to 1 target creature you own, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control, tapped and attacking. This is weird. The flicker thing is cool. All the alliance things, I haven't been saying this before because it doesn't really matter as much as some of the other cooler effects, but anything with alliance can be abused with infinite ETBs and stuff like that. Really doesn't matter.
It's
Yeah, whenever it attacks, it exiles, it flickers things, is cool. The fact that it comes in attacking is a bit weird, but also, like, some things come in attacking with triggers, so I don't know. I think it could be interesting in both the command zone or the 99. I think the art is a bit weird, though, because I feel like this should have been a vehicle. I get that it's the elves in the car, in the floating car, but the elves are so small in comparison to the car. Like, I feel like this should have been, like, alliance, all the other stuff, and then crew, the vehicle?
Yeah, it should have been a vehicle, actually. I see what you mean, though.
Yeah, no. But yeah, no, I think it's...
creature.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
It's fine.
Let's... Also, I have to bring this up again. Same point. It has flying. The elves don't have flying. The car has flying.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be some lore thing saying the elves give the car flying, but, like, it feels like the car is the thing. Anyway, let's move on.
We're going to go down a rabbit hole.
Toka and Razar are terrible 2s. Yes. 2, speaking of 2s, 2 Rakdos hybrids, so black-red for a 3/2 legendary creature, Turtle Wolf Mutant. This spell can't be countered. Menace, whenever a player casts a spell, if the amount of mana spent to cast it was less than its mana value, Toka and Razar deals 3 damage to that player. This is saying, hey, do you like your cheating? Do you like to cheat? Well, screw you. Punch you in the face. This is a very... And they've printed other cards like this in Lorwyn. This is a very anti-blue card.
Yes.
Because blue likes cheating on mana, especially counterspells, especially in Commander. This says, no, don't do that, otherwise you're going to hurt yourself so bad. This, I mean, neither of us are CEDH people, we just play Commander, but I can see this going in, it's not going to be the Commander of their decks, but I can see this going in the decks, being like, hey, this can't be countered, so no. And CEDH usually does have quite a few counter wars and other things with like cheating of mana and stuff like that. So I can see this as like a, hey, if you're going to do this, you're going to hurt yourself for it. But yeah, no,
Screw
I
the
think
blue players.
I think this is very much in the commander deck. It's not the commander.
No, it's in the deck.
No, it's more of a punisher than it is. This is like if you're allowed to put blue elemental blast or red elemental blast in the command zone, because it's like it just hoses certain things. It doesn't do anything unique by itself. So really, with that being said, next we have Venus, Torn Between Worlds. 4 in a green for a 5/5 legendary creature, Mutant Frog Turtle. Whenever Venus is dealt damage, put that many 1/1 counters on her. Whenever a creature you control with a counter on it deals combat damage to a player, you may pay 1 blue. If you do, draw a card. Okay. Again, this is another one of the ones where I'm like, compared to some of the others, this is a better uncommon than we've seen. It's a better
uncommon than a lot of the ones we've seen.
Having some other way to deal damage to it yourself, to put that many 1/1 counters on it, to obviously you can't like deal 5 because she'll die before the counters are put on. But if you can do 4 or like increments and wait for the counters to be put on and then do it again and then wait for the counters to be on, they do get really big.
We're talking about it in this video or last video, but there's a similar creature that whenever you dealt damage to it for 1.
Oh yeah, that I think that was this video was red. It was the Wrath, but it was with mana.
Yeah, but it was with mana. It's the same sort of thing, but
yeah. I think this is interesting, and obviously you pay whenever a creature you control with a counter on it deals combat damage to a player, you may pay a blue to draw a card, which is interesting. I think that effect is not what you're playing this card for.
No, not really.
It's a nice addition, but it's not quite it. 5 mana for a 5/5 is on rate.
Yeah.
But it's still a bit expensive. I think it's interesting.
It's interesting.
You can definitely do stuff with this card.
I could see workarounds and stuff you could use.
I think most likely it's probably in the command zone.
Yeah.
Because I think you want to build around that first ability. Otherwise, it's in the deck for the second ability.
Yeah,
I think that's how it works, right?
Yeah, because if you're having it in your 99, you're not going to be getting a whole lot of value out of the first. Well, you will, but you'll just have to save the cards.
Yeah, like no one's going to damage it for you. You're going to attack. People are either going to choose to block because they don't want to take 5, which is fair enough, and make it bigger the next turn, or they're just going to take it to the face.
Yeah.
I think if you're putting it in your deck, you're using it for the second ability. If it's in the command zone, the second ability is still relevant, but the first ability is like more of a fun build around. It's a bit of a shame it's not in red, because then you could also do the weird lightning bolt thing. But I'm sure people can find ways of
I'm sure there's ways
doing that. Yeah. Let us continue on, because that's now finally the end of our multicolored.
We've made it.
So our last card of the set, our only colorless card, Krang Outram Warlord. 9 mana for a 9/9 legendary artifact creature Outram Robot. Flying, trample, indestructible, haste. Other artifact creatures you control have flying, trample, indestructible, haste.
Okay, well,
yeah.
Now I know what I'm doing with all those those 3/3 artifacts that I created, or
yeah, like this is yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
9 mana is crazy, but yeah.
9 mana is a lot, but we have to remember this is going to be a cheaty artifacty deck.
Yeah.
This is... Yeah.
We also talk about that Krang decided to add all the other the keywords to his title. He was like, you know what, I'm just going to name myself this now.
Yeah. He's a special one.
Yeah.
He's also just inner dude.
He's inner dude.
Yeah.
Brain inner dude.
That's not where the brain goes, dude.
Yeah, I thought the brain was in the, there.
In the head.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think this is it's a finisher, right?
It has to be.
I mean, 9 mana. I think you definitely can put this in the command zone. I'll see people doing it. I'm sure I'll go to my game store at some point after the set releases and be like, oh, yep, that is terrifying if you get it out. And colourless can do it.
Oh yeah,
quickly.
No.
They have enough mana rocks.
Well, you have a couple.
I have a
couple ones.
yeah, you can see it in the Zula doc decks and the things that like can cascade and stuff like that, cheating it out. And the fact that it gives everything flying, trample, indestructible, and haste, it's like it's broad protection. It gets things going straight away with the haste. Flying trample seems a bit irrelevant, but people having small flyers can be quite annoying in flying decks. So trample really helps, aka flample.
Flample.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think
that's pretty good.
It's cool. It works in both zones. I think personally I prefer it in the 99 as like a win con card.
I'd have it as a win con. I don't think I'd have it as my commander.
If it was your commander, it'd be like more of a like I'll build up to this point and then I consistently have like a big thing I can put in.
Yeah.
But I in the 99. But yeah. With that, we've made it through every card you could run as your commander from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We're going to now talk about a couple of the cards that you can't run as your commander because they're not legendary.
Yes.
These can be literally anything that can't go in your command zone, from non-legendary creatures to other artifacts. And we're just going to pick a couple because otherwise we'll be here for even longer than we already are. So we each picked a couple of cards, and now we're just going to talk about them.
Yeah, so I picked Prehistoric Pet for a singular white and a 1/2 creature dinosaur ninja. This creature can't be blocked by creatures with greater power, so it's a 1/2, so pretty much everything. And you pay 1 and a white and tap it, return another creature you control to its owner's hand. Activate only during your turn. I'm going to be real. One of the only reasons I picked this was because of the art. I thought it was funny.
Oh yeah, no, it's adorable.
Running away with Raph's
kunai.
Not a kunai. I forgot what they're called. Triple stabby thing. GT, that one.
It's funny because people were talking about this. I remember hearing how they've altered some of the arts because it's like they've changed it to MTG lore, so it's like it's Umezawa's GT. Because I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, if the normal GT that, or whatever it's actually called, that Raph has the 2 spikes going off the side, but they edited it so it's Umezawa's GT, where it's got the 1 spike.
It's just got the 1.
Which is really cool. But no, like, I
think it's cute.
Yeah, it's definitely cute. And, I mean, I guess this is part 2, so we haven't beat the hell out of the dead horse in this episode.
No.
This definitely can go in Delny as like a toolboxy card.
But the only downside to it going into Delny is the greater power thing, but like it doesn't really matter. You're probably going to be using it for the second anyway because it's like a slight protection. It's not like
I mean, the top text doesn't really matter because it's in Delny already. And I mean, it literally can never be blocked, but that doesn't really matter. But the being able to return another target creature you control to its owner's hand, even if it's just during your turn, being able to rebuy ETB effects is really valuable in Delny.
Yeah,
usually you're doing that through Flicker or something else that like eats a card in your hand.
Yeah.
Even if that eating the card in your hand does make you draw more cards, I think this is like just a cool rebuy toolboxy card as well.
Yeah.
Your next card was a bit of an odd choice for me. Anyway.
It's odd. Look, there was a reason, but I'll say it now. Dream Beavers for a single black, a 1/1 creature beaver nightmare. Flying, when this creature enters, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life, scry 1. The reason it stood out to me was literally because Marchesa. That is it.
Yeah. So, Marchesa, dethrone, you put a 1/1 counter on
And it returns.
Yeah.
At the end of it, if it died, it returns.
Yeah. So, what is it? It's when that creature attacks. So each other creature has dethrone.
Yes.
And then when it attacks the opponent with the highest life or tied for the highest life.
Or tied for the highest, it gets a 1/1
counter, and then things with counters on them come back if they die.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just kind of value-y.
Sack outlet. So yeah, if you had a sack outlet, you'd sack it, bring it back. Obviously, everyone would lose a life and you gain a life. You don't really care about that part. The part you care about is the scry.
Yeah, and I didn't really think about this before, but now that we're just talking about it a bit more, rather than just putting it in the slide, this is another win con with the back to class or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, first day of class.
Yeah. So, because before I think we put the win con in your deck as the Goblin Assassin guy.
Yeah.
That whenever it enters, it deals 1 damage to everyone. This does the exact same thing, even if it's a non-deterministic combo, so it's not like truly infinite. This does get to scry through most of your deck and
you get to have a look.
Drain everyone else.
The only other reason is any sort of black deck could really benefit from this because it's low CMC and you got scry. So
yeah, so I think it's fine. It's definitely just like a piece. Like it's 1 mana, so it's fine. Flying is also, I know it's definitely good in your deck because you don't have that many.
I don't.
Flyers
In my chase where I have like 2 or 3.
So yeah, it's just another good blocker. So we'll move on to some of the cards that I picked. This was actually really hard for me. There was so many cards I wanted to include, but I think I only ended up choosing 3 cards.
I was sitting there listening to him and off.
I took a couple out. I mostly just took out cards that I was like, oh, this could go infinite, this could go infinite. All these things were like so cool, but I picked some of the more unique ones, and basically 2 unique ones and 1 kind of like strong one. So first off, we've got Fast Forward, 4 and a red. For a sorcery, this spell costs 1 less to cast for each opponent you attack this turn. Goad all creatures your opponents control. So reminder for Goad, until your next turn, those creatures attack each combat if able, and attack a player other than you if able. So if it's a 1v1, they have to attack you. But I mean, you're not using it in that case. This spell in a Commander game, which obviously we're talking about, often just costs 2 mana. So if you have 3 creatures, you don't really care if your creatures die, especially for this card's sake. You send 1 to everyone, and because it's only attacked, it doesn't matter if it does combat damage.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
2 mana, cast this, everything's goaded, it speeds up the game. That's the bit that I love about this card in particular. It just, like, okay, it won't affect new creatures, but if anything that's on the board already, unless they have some way to tap it or get around the goading effect, it just makes the game go quicker, which is always a positive in my eye.
And that's annoying. So you have some creatures you really don't want to attack with, but now you do.
Yeah, so. And it's really disadvantageous. Whatever.
That was the word.
Disadvantageous to the person who goes after you.
Yes.
Because they're like, well, I have to attack into people who have blockers.
Yeah.
And then the last person obviously gets their pick of whoever they want to attack. But yeah, no, I think this is really cool.
It's funny.
Especially because when I'm saying it speeds up games, I think it's funny because it's called Fast Forward.
Yeah.
It's like it can literally fast forward a game. If someone's like holding it out and being like, okay, I can't attack quite yet, and you're like, no, attack now.
You have to.
Yeah. But no, I think it's a cool card, and the fact that it's often only 2 mana, and even if it's 5, I don't think it's that bad, but I don't think it's ever 5.
That's still
it's
everything.
4 usually, but like...
4, like...
4 at the worst, I think. I don't think you're basically, unless it's after like a one-sided board wipe and you're casting this to protect yourself for a turn, I don't think this is ever 5.
Yeah, I can't see it being 5 either.
Let's move on to our next card, Party Dude. So 1 green for a enchantment class. This is so you gain the next level of these classes at sorcery. And you just add the ability that you additionally paid for. So at 1 green mana, this enchantment does, when this class enters, each player creates a food token. It's like,
hey.
This is the strong card that I was talking about, that I can see in like other games and potentially even CEDH, but I'm not too sure about that yet.
Yeah.
I'll look forward to seeing what other reviewers think of this. The ability that I think matters, so often this will be 3 mana, is 1 and a green. Whenever an artifact an opponent controls is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. This matters so much for treasures. And it's like, okay, cool. So if it's kind of funny because if someone has a Smothering Tithe, you just don't care.
Yeah.
It's like, cool, I'll make a treasure, and it's like, cool. Whenever you sacrifice that, I'm going to draw a card, and you know what? You can have another treasure. Because when you sack that treasure, I'm going to draw another card. And it doesn't have any of the drawbacks. It's not like once each turn or anything like that. And it's not even like you get into this thing where you're like, oh yeah, it's whenever you sacrifice a treasure, you draw a card. No, it's any artifact. So if you have anything that blows up all artifacts or anything like that, and since it's not however many cards, it is for however many cards. So if a lot of cards go to the graveyard, you draw a lot of cards. I think for 3 mana, this is a really good effect.
Yeah.
It does rely on your opponents doing things, but I mean, there are a lot of artifacts out there. Basically, everyone runs a Soul Ring and just other generic mana rocks for most other decks that don't have green ramp. So
True.
I think this is pretty good.
There's quite a
Not
lot
to mention the last ability, which I mainly just read this for the second level. But so for 4 and a green for level 3, whenever one or more of your opponents are attacked, up to 1 target attacking creature gets +X/+X until end turn, where X is the number of cards in your hand. Obviously, feeds into level 2 feeds into it.
Yeah.
More cards in hand, bigger. But you get to just be like, hey, you're attacking my opponent. You know what? I'll make your thing bigger.
More cards,
it's
more
so
bigger.
cool that this operates on everyone else's turn. It's again one of these cards. I'm kind of sad that it's from Ninja Turtles because I would have loved to put this in every green deck possible. It works very similar to the white enchantment that you get to pick creatures to get double strike.
Yeah.
But no, I think this is a really cool and potentially really powerful card.
More card, more bigger.
Yeah, more card draw as well. And the last one is a bit of a weird one because it's a uncommon. So this is Turtle Tracks. 2 and a green for a sorcery. Any number of target players may each search their library for a basic land card put onto the battlefield under their control, then shuffle. When I'm not trying to do the really strong infinity things, I really like Group Hug. I think it's cool, and it's always a bit sad to see someone not doing their thing.
Yeah.
Especially when they're like, okay, well, do we just let them cheat and find a land and put it on top of their library and draw that next turn? But with this card, doesn't matter. I mean, you are going to mostly be playing this in just Group Hug decks.
Yeah.
Because if it was 2 mana, every deck, 100%. But 3 mana is a bit much.
I would have loved this last time we played.
Yeah. But yeah, and being able to select any number of people, you're behind, you're ahead, so you're not going to get it. So it's just going to be us two. We're going to go find a base land. And it's untapped as well, which is actually really good. That kind of makes the 3 mana even more worth it. You make an ally, and you also get an untapped land. So it does basically only cost 2 mana.
Yeah.
Which I think is really cool. Sweet.
So, now that we've gone over all of those cards, what are your thoughts on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Archer?
Overall, honestly, I have really mixed thoughts. I haven't seen any of the reprints so far, but I think some of them were cool. I know I've seen the Dark Ritual that had the Master Splinter. I still think grabbing some of the art from the shows directly, or some of the original art, it doesn't really work with Magic cards. They look a bit weird.
They look weird. Some of them look really weird.
Yeah, but I think the art's awesome.
Yeah,
the flavor is also hilarious.
A lot of the flavor text you see, there was one there before the Master Splinter was talking about Michelangelo.
Yeah,
and it was a trainer must, or not a trainer, but the leader of the group must always be like, able to explain their pupils, especially if the pupil is a weirdo.
Yeah, no, I think the art's really cool. The naming of the cards is really cool.
Yeah.
And like just in general, I think everything about these cards is really cool. It's to the point where like, as much as I really don't want to like this set, I think it's really cool set, and not thinking about anything else to do with Magic the Gathering, I think this is just a cool product.
Yeah.
But
I like how open it was.
Yeah, I feel like it's just not.
Yeah. It's still your typical UB type thing.
Yeah, my problem with it is I know I really want to play these cards in my decks, and usually that's not a problem.
No.
Which is very confusing. But and some of them, to be fair, don't feel too Ninja Turtle-y.
Yeah.
But some of the others, like, especially the ones
Honestly,
with like just like mainly the turtles on them, it just feels.
Some of the Shredder ones weren't too bad.
Yeah, like I try to make some of my decks like slightly thematic. Like,
yeah,
they'll all fit a theme. Like, you know, my deck with a boat as the commander will have like a bunch of flying dudes, because it's like just funny that they don't need the boat. And they're all like little creature dudes, like birds and stuff.
I was gonna do that with Arabella. I was gonna make it very toy based, but I was like, eh.
And then like I've had this scenario happen before with I think it's Irene, or it's the dragon that enters or attacks, and you look at the top 8 cards of your library and put a dragon onto the battlefield.
Pretty sure it's Irene.
Yeah. And I was looking for more blink cards, and I had to put I think it's like on the rooftop, or there's a Spider-Man card that like flickers or / blinks stuff, and it's a really good card, but it literally has Spider-Man on the rooftop, and it's like, I'm gonna target my dragon with this card. It just doesn't feel right, man.
It feels weird feeling.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to yuck anyone's yum. This is a really cool set, and if you want to jam these cards, please do. Like, I will not be unhappy if I see these across from the table.
No.
And in a deck where basically the whole deck is Ninja Turtles with some other Magic cards in it, I think that's awesome. Like, I might have a deck or two that ends up doing that, because I did with like Gwenom and some other things.
You got Gwenom.
And that feels fine. It's just when some of these cards end up being like things that you want to put in every deck, and it's like, it just doesn't, like we said before, it just doesn't feel right.
There was a couple from this set that I was like,
that's the word
I want to add this, but I'm sort of like you in the aspect of thematically, it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, even if the deck isn't necessarily like a themed deck, it's just like, these are Magic cards. These, even though they are Magic cards, they just aren't, dude. Like,
they don't feel it.
Yeah, they just don't feel right. But overall, I think it's a really fun set, and I'd recommend people looking into it, even if it's not your vibe. But yeah, if you want to check out any of the commanders that we have covered in this video and from part 1, as well as things that we'll cover in future videos, we'll put a link to our Archidekt page in the description below. And
we would love to hear from you guys. If you have any ideas or what you would want to see from our channel and ways we can improve, please let us know down below.
Yeah, as always, these videos are just us wanting to share our opinion on the game we love, and hopefully inspire people to build some awesome decks, as well as talk about some of the cards that you might have missed amongst the flood of product releasing these days. Like, I mean, some of these turtles, even though, like, mostly the commons and uncommons were kind of trashy, but there are definitely a couple where you're like, I might not have known about that, especially with the team-up cards that you just don't see if you're opening normal packs. But yeah,
definitely the team-ups.
Honestly, if you guys want to see more from us, please subscribe. It definitely helps out and gives us motivation to make more videos in the future. And leave a like if you enjoyed this video. It does actually help us out.
Yes.
So thanks for watching. Until next time, bye.